Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen with Monarch Plans, and today I'm doing my plan with me for the week of January 10th through January 16th. I am so excited to be back filming videos. I obviously have been gone for a little while, but we'll talk about that once I get started planning. So for this week, I have a kit from my shop. It's kit 302. It's this really pretty floral, like jewel tone type kit with like the really dark pinks and everything like that, and I absolutely love it. I have two of the main kits, and then I just have the full boxes, the extra sheet, and then the headers. And there's a reason why I need both of the main sheets. It's because I started my new planner, and the new planner I'm using, or that I'm trying out and I'm hoping I keep on using, it seems like it'll work so far, is the Erin Condren Focus Teacher Planner. And I wanted to pick this up because, as you guys know, I love the like different boxes that you can categorize things with. Obviously, this planner looks really different now because it's set up like as a teacher planner. So it has the 5 days on the side, and then you would put the categories at the top, and then it has a sidebar over here. What I'm doing is I am whiting out all of the things on this side and creating a Monday through Sunday here with a sidebar. And that gives me 5 different sections here to kind of section out each day. So it's really kind of taking this and being creative with it, but I've mentioned it actually quite a few times before now that I know of, and I have been looking for a planner with this layout with like the different sections that has Monday through Thursday on one side and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the other with the sidebar on the side. I've mentioned that a bunch of times when I've used my Moxie Life planner, that was my favorite thing about the Moxie Life, was that the sidebar was on the right hand side. But I've also used that Plum Paper Me planner layout where it has the sections, but the sidebar was on this side. And so I really wanted to merge the best of both of those worlds into what I really, really like. And that's having Monday through Friday on one, or Monday through Thursday on one side, Friday through Sunday on the other, with the sidebar over here, but still having that sectioned out layout. So that's what I'm trying out for this year. I'm hoping I can keep on using this. It is 8.5 by 11 though. My kits are sized for 7 by 9 planners. So the washi specifically is what makes this a little bit hard in this planner. So I have 2 of these so I can use the washi off of both of them. I'm planning to reformat my kits so I will have enough washi if you do want to use these in a 8.5 by 11 planner. I'm thinking I'm going to have my reformats done probably more by mid-year, just because that's when I usually do my reformats. But if you're really interested in having these reformatted sooner than that, let me know, because it's something I can kind of prioritize, especially since I'm using an 8.5 by 11, so I know I don't want to be using 2 kits every single week. So just let me know what you think, but I'm really excited to kind of get started and plan out everything in this planner. I love new planner stuff, so let me just get started here. I think I will start by just doing the washi like I mentioned, and I think I'll just cover up the bottom with the thicker washi and then do the thin washi at the top. And you'll kind of see how I'm going to do this. I am going to put the full washi on each side and then trim another strip to fit and cover where it doesn't reach. So a little bit labor intensive when you're setting things up, but I think that ultimately it looks really good. What I will do is cut this off this side since it has the sidebar. I also really apologize for my nails. They are really grown out. There's 2 of them that are broken off. Like, I have to go get my nails done, but we had like a COVID exposure in our family, so and so I don't know, lots of different stuff with that. So I am not going out and about right now. I am just trying to be safe, and I don't want to go to a nail salon and like maybe expose anyone. Also, just with the way things are right now and how contagious everything is, I don't know how comfortable I am being out and about for something like that. So kind of just letting my nails grow out, and then maybe at some point I'll go back to the salon and get them done. I'm hoping maybe next week. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm just trying to be responsible with what I'm choosing to do and choosing to leave the house for. So that is where I'm at with that right now. Okay, so you see kind of what I mean. I just have to cover this little side over here with washi, and then we just have to do the same at the top of the planner. And I think that I will do this. So I guess while we're putting this down, so I'm not like wasting time and talking through this entire thing or making this longer than it needs to be. So I obviously have been gone for a little while, not filming or putting up any new videos, and that was mainly because I went into Black Friday, and I think my last video was sometime in November, which is crazy, but I did my Black Friday sale for my shop, and I talked about this on stories, so some of you might have seen that if you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories. But I planned for my Black Friday sale, and you know, I kind of was just basing what I was preparing for on what I did last year for Black Friday, because that's really all you can do is look at your stats from last year and plan accordingly. But my shop did way more sales than I did last year. So it was just kind of crazy. I prepared to do, I think it was like around 100 sales. I was thinking probably less, but like 100 would be like the number that was like a crazy stretch goal for me, because I think last year I got like around 60 orders maybe. So I was like, if I get 100, that's like, you know, a pretty big jump over last year, and it was kind of in line with the growth my shop has seen and all that stuff. I got like 175 orders this year for Black Friday. And when you're a shop that's like a one-person shop, I don't have like a team that works with me. I don't have anything like that. When you prepare for like one number and then it's greatly exceeded, it was insane. Like, I can't even explain to you. It's amazing, and like, I was so grateful for it, but you have to, like, you just have to know that there was a couple points in there where I was like panicking because I kept seeing orders come in, and at that point it's like, what do? Do you close your shop? Do you, like, I had no idea what to do. So I was working on orders every single day from Black Friday through pretty much New Year's, which it's been absolutely insane. And like I said, I'm super grateful for everyone who put in orders, but I just did not expect that much. And I was just very behind. So I worked as hard as I possibly could to get orders out as quickly as possible, but that just meant like YouTube was not the focus for last month. I wanted to do a bunch of different goal setting things, which I think I still might get to this month. I wanted to do plan with me's. I wanted to do like more fun holiday stuff. I had so many things I had planned on doing, but there was literally not any way that I could give like a couple hours of my day to filming and editing when I should be fulfilling orders, especially because people were waiting. So it was really crazy, and I just can't even explain it. There was so many times where I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just don't. So worked through them all. Sending out that last Black Friday order was like, oh my gosh, it was the best feeling. Just to know that I like didn't have anyone waiting on me anymore, which I felt really bad, because there are some people that were definitely waiting longer than my stated processing time, just because I had so many things I was trying to work on. But I made sure that I, you know, like refunded people, and I'm giving them discounts and all this stuff like that. I'm just trying to make sure that people know that I just appreciate them so much for being so patient. So that is that. So I'm sorry for being gone on here. I know it's like a super big letdown when I especially am like promising videos and then all of a sudden it's like radio silence. I need to be way, way better at communicating things, and I know that, but I really only had like the bandwidth and mental capacity to handle one fire at a time, and that was my Etsy shop over the holidays. So I also think that's kind of why what contributed to me kind of getting sick around New Year's is I like finished the orders and everything, and then I think my body was like, oh, finally, like I can relax, and I got sick. So that's why I sound a little bit stuffy, but yeah, it has been a crazy, crazy month. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm going to put my full boxes down. I think I'm going to put the boxes in the middle. I just really like having the boxes kind of like front and center in my spreads. And so I'm just going to do that. And then we'll go ahead and start putting in some of the appointments and labels and stuff like that. But the one really good thing that, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of good things that came out of me being so busy with my shop, but one of the really good things was that I started really looking at what I need to do to grow my shop and make it way more, I don't want to say like self-sufficient, because that's not what I'm going for with my shop, but trying to make it like as streamlined as possible in terms of making sure that I'm able to just automate things, I guess is the best way to put it. So that's kind of what my focus is for this year, is automating things, yet still focusing on growing, because I would love for my shop to grow. And I kind of set like a really, really big goal for myself for my shop that I don't know if I'm going to share it or not, but it's kind of like my big hairy goal in the future, if you want to call it that, like the really kind of scary goal that you just kind of put out into the universe and let it sit. But yeah, so I know that I really want to grow it and all that kind of stuff, but I just need to do a lot of work on figuring out what exactly I need to do to make that happen. I'm also setting up this planner, so I'm working on notes pages. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around to different topics as I think about them, but I'm setting up notes pages. So I think at some point I will do a like some type of video on a flip through of my planner and how I'm going to use this planner, because if you haven't seen the teacher planner before, it's a little bit different in the sense that like there's a monthly spread here, and then right before the monthly spread there's this page. So it's a lot different than like the regular Erin Condren planners where it has that like dashboard page. So I'm going to be making this into a type of dashboard for my months. But I just need to figure out exactly how I'm going to lay it out. So I want to walk through exactly how I'm using this planner, given that it is made for teachers, how I'm going to make it into like more of a personal planner. So I'll probably have a video on that sometime soon too. So keep your eye out for that. But yeah, there's just so many videos I need to catch up on that I planned for December. It's just, that's the frustrating part, is when I'm gone and I don't put out videos. It's like everything kind of stacks up where all the things I was going to do then get pushed to the next month. One of those videos, just as I'm thinking about it, is I got a bunch of different Plum paper, new layouts, some of their like newer daily, their newer weekly layouts, all of that. So I grabbed a bunch of those, and I am going to walk through those. I'll probably have to do a couple different videos. So that is one thing that I'm really excited about. But I got all those like in November and December, and obviously just didn't and wasn't able to do anything about it. I didn't have the time to plan what I wanted to talk about or even film the video. So I'll be doing that sometime soon, and so that'll be good. Just lots of stuff that I need to start working on. So I'm going to put this down here. I kind of like that I have like the extra washi, so you can see I can kind of decorate, you know, throughout my spreads and my sidebar. I think then I will put in my habit tracker. And obviously this video is going to be probably a little bit longer, I'm guessing. I mean, we're in pretty far, so it might be a little bit longer just because I am really focusing on putting and explaining like what I'm doing, and then also like talking through some things at the beginning like I did. So I don't think things will be this long every single time. So just keep that in mind. Is I'm changing the layouts, but I'm trying not to make it so much longer because I know it's easier to consume things like a little bit shorter sometimes. So like I said, just trying to do some like decoration. If I have the space, I feel like I might as well. So there's definitely like a lot more space in this planner than in like my 7x9. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. Okay, and then the other thing is I think I'll put in a this week sticker at the top. I'll just put it up here. So in terms of this week, man, I've said this before, like at the same time last year, this is also a super busy season for me at my full-time job. And that started in November. So that contributed to like pretty much my sheer panic when I realized how many orders I had gotten for Black Friday, is knowing that not only was I going to be fulfilling orders, but I have a full-time job that was going to be demanding a lot of my attention also. So thankfully I am kind of done with a lot of things that I needed to do for my full-time job, but there's a lot of kind of like check-in meetings and progress meetings and stuff like that that I have to worry about now. So that is kind of what's on the agenda for this week, so to say. So what I'm planning for this planner is this top section will be work stuff. So Monday through Thursday will be all my work appointments. Friday through Sunday will be kind of overflow, but what I will have up there is the weekend sticker. So let me put that in. But it leaves me still some space up here to put in extra things if I need to. And then the next one will be like home and kind of personal reminders. And then here at the bottom, or not at the bottom, but underneath the full boxes, I'm gonna have my Monarch Plan stuff. And at the bottom will either be social media or it might be like wellness stuff. I think I'm kind of trying to decide whether or not I want to include wellness stuff in here or what I want to do with that. So that is kind of my preliminary thoughts on how I'm going to be laying out my week and how I'm going to be doing my sections, but I think that's how it's going to go right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and because I spent so much time kind of explaining things at the beginning and setting things up, I am going to speed through putting in and writing down my appointments, and then I'm going to probably also just speed through putting everything in the planner, because I really don't want this to be a super duper long plan with me. But then I'm going to go through really quickly at the end and kind of explain what I have going on this week if you're interested in kind of hearing about my week. So let me go through and I'll write down everything I have going on, and then we will just walk through it and you'll see the finished product, and hopefully you'll kind of like it, and you'll get how it's really similar to what I've been doing in my other planners in terms of like the Plum Paper Me planner and all of that. So hopefully you see kind of why I gravitated towards this one. So I will be right back in just a couple minutes. Okay, so here is my week all laid out so far, and I am kind of keeping this week simple because I am anticipating that things are going to be pretty busy this first half of the week, so I'm trying not to fill in too many things because I have a feeling that things are going to change. So we'll just start at the top. Like I mentioned, this is kind of my work row, and you can see I have a bunch of stuff going on Monday through Thursday at work. I have a lot of different meetings. Some of them haven't really been scheduled yet. I just know that I'll have them on that day at some point. So I have those kind of blocked out, and below or wherever there's room, I'll put in whether I have like certain tasks I need to get done, because that is going to be very important from now through like May or June of this year. There's a lot of different like task related things that need to happen on very specific days or at specific times. So that is where I will kind of put those things in wherever there's room. And then I have this open space Friday through Sunday under my weekend sticker where I can put in like extra lists or extra labels if I need to for things going on the weekend. But this weekend I don't really have anything big, except for it is a 4-day weekend for me, since Martin Luther King Jr. Day is on Monday. So I wanted to put that there because I always forget that it's a 4-day weekend until like the Saturday or the Sunday, and I want to make sure that I can plan to get some extra things done on like during my longer break. This next section is home related stuff. So far I just have bowling league for my husband, but I know that there's going to be a lot of things going on. I was feeling like pretty under the weather this past week, so I have a lot of things I need to catch up on in terms of like stuff around the house and all of that. So that'll fill in, but this is more like to-do list stuff that I'll fill in kind of the day of. So that's not really something I can like foresee needs to get done, or so I can't really put that stuff in now. So that's kind of what that row is all about and why it's kind of blank at this point. I am planning to get my COVID booster shot on Monday. There's a clinic nearby that's happening from 12 to 7, so I'll go at some point and get that done. So I'm excited to get that, especially with how stuff is kind of going crazy right now. And then down in this next row is my Monarch Plans stuff. So I have just running to the post office, double checking some stuff with USPS, and I need to send some messages and respond to some messages for some people, some questions. And then I am working on some stuff for March on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, technically, to get things ready for my new releases on Saturday. I'm hoping to get things all out on Saturday, but I'm contemplating doing kind of like a split release going forward, where I release like my monthly kits and something else one weekend, and then I'll do like my weeklies the next weekend, because that just kind of separates out my workload for the month, so it's not super focused on designing for an entire week. And eventually I'll be, you know, like really far ahead. I would love to get multiple months ahead in terms of designs, but that just hasn't been what's happened because I really haven't had any time off to dedicate just to my shop. So that goes along with things that I hope to change with my shop this year, but we'll just see how it goes. But anyways, new releases on Saturday, and I will put out some sneak peeks earlier in the week on Thursday and Friday, so you can see what I have going up in the shop on Saturday. And then also on the bottom, this week I'm doing social media, so I have a couple different post ideas for different days of the week, but I'm really not trying to schedule out every single day of my social media because things kind of change just depending on if I see something that I would rather post or whatever. So I have just a few different things here, but I'm sure that things might get moved around, or I might add some things. And then I also need to figure out which videos. Like I said, I have a bunch of different videos I was planning to release in December that are being pushed to January. So I need to figure out which day I'm releasing some of those videos, and that will also go in this bottom section. My sidebar, I filled in a couple just to-do list items that don't have a specific day. They just have to get done. So a couple different things I need to mail, and I need to do some specific content planning, which goes hand in hand with what I just said. What I am also doing is, and this is something I'm trying for the first couple weeks of this year to see if it helps, is in this box here, I'm going to be writing down the couple main like key things that I need to get done this week in my weekly actions for my Moxie Life. So I am using the Moxie Life planner, the daily planner, alongside this, because a lot of times I have like very specific detailed to-do lists or just reminders that I want to write down, but I don't want to clutter up my spread in here. So in my daily though, I am using like the weekly actions and all that kind of stuff. And so I want to incorporate my goals into my weekly planner by including those weekly actions kind of in this little checkbox thing. So I am going to put the 6 most important weekly actions that I need to get done here so I can check those off. And then down below I have my habit tracker, and then this I will use for my meals. And I haven't planned out my meals or anything for the upcoming week because I usually do my meal planning and stuff like on Mondays for the most part, sometimes a little bit earlier, but usually on Mondays. I haven't necessarily decided what I'm going to put in my habit tracker. It really just depends on how I feel, like I mentioned, and I know I've said this a couple times, I felt under the weather last week, so didn't do a whole lot of working out or really anything this past week, but I'm trying to figure out if I feel good enough to put that on my habit tracker for this upcoming week, or if there's something different that would be better, and give myself an extra week to just kind of rest, recuperate, and catch up on things. So I'll be filling these out sometime soon before this upcoming week starts, but that is pretty much it for this week, and it looks pretty empty, but I am loving how much more space I have in here. I love that like the boxes aren't overlapping anything. I like that I can fit all my different things here on my sidebar without running out of room. I ultimately just think that the 8.5 by 11 will actually be a pretty good choice for me. And it's not for all people. A lot of people don't really like how big it is, but I'm not really moving this and transporting it around. So I think that this will work just fine, but I am just so ecstatic that I finally found like the unicorn planner that I've kind of been looking for, in terms of having like the different rows, but also having like all the days on one side of the week that I really like and then the rest on the other. So we'll see how this works out. I'll show you guys on Instagram. You see I have a couple different posts here where I'm going to be taking pictures of my spread and sharing it, so you can see what this looks like as I work through my week. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to be back. I always love making these videos, and I hate when I take these like impromptu months off pretty much, but it always seems to happen just because of random crazy things. I think it happened at one point because of the wedding. It happened because we were moving this past year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, things are a little bit more stable this upcoming year. Not a lot of big things going on, so I can be a little bit more consistent. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Bye.